Autodesk produces software that helps design professionals transform challenges into opportunities. I love that line. And of course, help them design in many better ways, gaining that competitive advantage. Our next guest is the Senior Director for Worldwide Learning at Autodesk, Paul Mailhot. Paul, welcome into Tomorrow. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Dave.
This is a great opportunity, I'm sure, for you and your team, because Autodesk University, as your CEO told us in our first hour of the show this week, is all about learning. And then, of course, it's expanded from there to incredible networking and all kinds of opportunities. But it all began with education, and that's what you guys are heavily involved in.
Yeah, you bet. This is a great learning environment, great learning set of activities here. We've got a number of sessions going on, as you well know, and one of the things that I want to talk to you about today was certification. We're excited about what's going on here at Autodesk University.
Tell us now what certification with various Autodesk products means, and then what it does for those individuals who become certified.
Sure. So it's a series of tests that our users can go off and take in order to prove a proficiency level in any given application that we have. They can take an associate level exam. They can go off and take a professional level of exam. And those are credentials that are portable that they can keep with them to show and demonstrate their proficiency in the use of our technology.
Sounds like it makes them much more valuable, perhaps, to their current employer and or the opportunity to get an even better job if that should occur.
You bet. There's a couple different things there, and you touched on them there. As an individual, right, I can show my employer that I am who I am. I know these pieces of technology. I know how to use them. Makes them more marketable and more valuable as an employee, especially in this marketplace, in this economy. Of course, that's very valuable. As an employer, it's really, really good because I can go off and now really make good hiring decisions, good workforce development decisions. I know where to invest my dollars and go off and train my employees if they need some skills in one area or another. They can also market that and say, as they're selling their services out into the marketplace, they can say they've got certified users that are able to use this technology to go off and deliver a project. So it's valuable to the employer as well.
And what are some of the more popular jobs that you find a lot of folks are doing, especially with Autodesk software and the ability to advance themselves with those certifications?
Sure. Well, all kinds of drafting and designer jobs, certainly those generic jobs that are out there, if you will, but we've got electrical designers, architects, civil engineers certainly using our applications and then becoming certified in applications like Civil 3D, Revit Architecture, and AutoCAD, just to name a couple.
I'm imagining some of our listeners thinking, it's time to change careers. Maybe they're burnt out from whatever they're doing, or maybe unemployed, and they've always wanted to design. They've had that knack.
Yeah.
How would they get started, and what would they need to know to determine what field of design they should be getting into?
Well, there's a couple different options for them. Certainly, if they're an unemployed individual, if they've lost their job recently, unfortunately, they've lost their job, we've got a program called the Autodesk Assistance Program. We've got a number of resources up on this website that we make available to them. Some information about careers, but we also make our software available for download. They can get access to our software, start using, maybe learning a piece of technology that they weren't using before. Wow. We've got learning and training content available up there, e-learning up there, in which they can, it helps them learn the software applications and then hopefully go off and get a job.
And this, of course, helping the unemployed in many various ways, but what a great opportunity for them to say, you know what, I am going to take advantage of some of the software that's available to me and then find out if that's what I'm really into. I'm loving this. I can do this.
Absolutely. And another opportunity for them is to go off on Autodesk.com. We've got a number on our education page, some career sites that gives them an idea of some of the types of roles out there, some of the jobs that are available to folks that use our software, whether it may be an industrial designer or maybe somebody, an animator that's working on a feature film.
Very true. And when you've got two similarly qualified applicants appearing for perhaps one available position, and one has Autodesk certification, the other doesn't, it seems like a slam dunk. They're obviously going to hire the person with the certification.
Absolutely. It's one thing to write that you know how to use a piece of software on your resume.
Or I'm self-taught. Well, that's nice. But
exactly. But if you say I have an Autodesk certification, right, that credential that comes from Autodesk that proves to the employer that they've gone through some level of training, have taken exams, proctored exams that show that they know how to use that technology, it's very valuable.
And maybe this time next year, folks will attend Autodesk University and get some other certifications, additional
Absolutely.
software covered while they're here.
Absolutely. In fact, we've gotten a number of individuals here at AU taking certifications. We're making it available for free here at Autodesk University. We've had nearly 1,000 people sit through, over the last day and a half, 1,000 people sit through for various exams here at AU.
Wow.
Yeah.
Leaving more qualified than they were when they came
You
in
bet.
a couple of days ago.
You bet.
Loving it. Check out autodesk.com/learning specifically for a lot of the stuff that Paul and his team are working on. We'll link you there when you hit into tomorrow.com. Paul, thanks for spending a few minutes with us here at AU.
My pleasure. Thank you, Dave.